And welcome back from Miami, the Media Center. And it's a beautiful day in Miami today. Thank God, because it's been raining for the first part of the week.
Like we were back home.
Yeah, they said it was a record day for rain in Miami. And I'm going, it took us to come over here to bring it.
That's right. Well, whatever we could do to help the city of Miami. So.
Yeah, they need a little water.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Drew Brees. And I had a chance to talk to Brittany, his wife, a little while ago. And such a great couple. Just great for New Orleans. And I think we feed off each other. New Orleans feeds off them. They feed off of New Orleans. And he won the FedEx Air Award today and couldn't have gone to a nicer guy.
Well, and again, I think that goes back to what we were just talking about in the last segment, that now the Saints are kind of getting the due respect that they deserve. And I'm quite sure that there were a lot of people torn between who to vote for the MVP. Brett Favre was definitely in the mix until he hit about mid-season, and you could kind of see that 40-year-old body hit the wall a little bit. He still ended up with a fantastic year, but after that, it was a race down the end, neck and neck, who's going to win it. They gave the award to Peyton Manning, and who's to argue that, with the numbers that he put up this year and everything else. But Drew Brees getting the FedEx Player of the Year, I got to just say that's kind of his just reward, because even though he didn't get the MVP, and again, maybe I'm just a little bit partial because I do get to see him play every week, get to see all the interviews, read everything in the paper and everything else. But it's hard for me to believe that any player could be more valuable to his team than Drew Brees is. So maybe this is the next best step, instead of being the league MVP, to at least get the FedEx Player of the Year award.
Hokie, I keep thinking about it with all this hype that's going on around here in Miami. Mm-hmm. It's still just a football game, and it's really, that sounds too simple to say, but whoever can get on that field in this big stage, in this big arena, and just play good football has the best chance. But how do you do that?
Well, that's a lot easier said than done. I mean, the butterflies, I can imagine you just feel like an ostrich inside your stomach. I've never been in this position, so I can't sit here and tell you, I know what it's like, because I don't. And, right now, I think what the players were really looking forward to today was just getting back to practice, getting back into a routine somewhat, because you had the week off because of the split between the final regular season game and the Super Bowl. And then you had the Pro Bowl being played this weekend, and you had members of both clubs that, general manager and coaches saying, they can't understand why we're going to sit them down there, and then we're going to fly them back, and then they're going to go back there and all this junk going on. And then, but both teams decided to let their Pro Bowl players stay down here, and then the team flies in, and you get off the plane, and there's all the cameras and one thing and another. You do a little bit of a walkthrough. Then yesterday morning, you got the big media day, and which is supposed to be the players' day off. Everything has just kind of been, mumbo jumbo up to this point. You're all out of your routine, and finally this morning, you get up, you do a little bit of a press conference, and then boom, let's hit the field. And I think that they're starting to feel better right now, because I can only speak for myself, but when you're in that routine, that's when you're the most comfortable. Right. And I think that they are finally in that routine right now, and they're like, okay, enough of the lights and glamour and the glitz and the glitter of everything. Now it's time to practice. Now it's time to get ready.
I sensed yesterday, Hokie, that this team is pretty relaxed, the Saints.
Oh, yeah. They're a very mature club. We've had that discussion several times. But there again, why would they be uptight? Just because I've been with them for the 4 years now that Sean Payton's been here, and it's not like he ever puts any stress on those guys, like, oh man, if you don't get this done, it makes them tight. I kind of heard a story that, the other day, I guess it was yesterday, he was talking in the locker room, he goes, look guys, this is Super Bowl week, let's have fun. But if you want to wait and get messed up, do it next week. Just this week, we're here to do business, but have fun and enjoy the experience. So I think things like that, kind of helps the team keep loose. And, by him driving that point home that you're here to do a job, but also don't get so tight that you can't enjoy it. And so, to be perfectly honest with you, Martin, I didn't expect anything different from the Saints. I did not expect them to be wound up and just well, when you talk to him, everybody's just jittery. I expected him to be that way.
You know, when I ran into Mickey Loomis yesterday, and we talked about the old days at Nicholls State when the team was there, and they were trying to get the fans to buy into a team and a system that wasn't quite launched yet.
Right.
But what a difference a few years makes, doesn't it?
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you what, Mickey has done a tremendous job, and first and foremost with his hiring of Sean Payton. You know, there really wasn't that many people that ever heard of him till he came down here, and so Mickey did a lot of research on that, and I tell you what, he's turned into be a heck of a general manager. He's put together the right pieces. You're not always going to be right on the moves that you make, but I would say that by and large, Mickey Loomis is way ahead of the scale right now of doing what's right, doing what's wrong, and more than many more times than not, he's pulled the right trigger on this whole thing.
Well, we appreciate you, Hokie Jonas. I know y'all have a radio show to get ready to, but once again, you're right. When you walk in the media center and you go to media day, there's a whole lot of stuff going on. So, I mean, even with us working in this business, you got to sort of put things in files that you've never quite used before.
Yeah, and even things like you said, you've been in the media business for a long time, and you'll go, I have never seen that before. Wonder where that came from.
Did you see that Indian guy yesterday at the press day? The guy with the Zen man or Zen Meister with the bamboo pipe?
Oh, yeah. I saw him.
Saw him too?
Yeah.
It's a rainmaker.
A rainmaker.
He was showing one of the players that comes from like the Aborigines in Australia, and he turned this thing over and it sounds like rain. And I don't know what he was talking to the player about, but I just seen him. He was right by him talking to him and learning this thing by his ear. And I guess he wanted the player to listen. It was kind of to help him relax or something. No, it was weird. No,
but getting back, that I've never seen before.
Well, but it just goes to show you they'll give any weirdo a press pass.
Hokie, thank you so much for joining us. We're going to throw it to a break, and we'll have more from Miami.